There are two different ways to move to Canada. Either you are moving through express entry or you are coming to Canada using the provincial nominee program. Provincial nominee program simply means a province is nominating you. They are telling Canada government that this person has the skill we need and we want the person to come to our community. For this province to nominate you, you need to create an expression of interest. Today, we are going to show you how you can create an expression of interest. Recently, we did a video on moving to Saskatchewan, a province in Canada, and these people just need you to create an expression of interest to them, okay? So if you want to know about the requirements, you want to know if you are eligible for that program, you want to know the documents you need to get in order to follow that route, just simply go to that video and watch it so you have a glimpse or have an understanding of how people have been moving to Canada using this route. It's very, very interesting, and I think everyone should watch it because it's quite straightforward. But today our focus is going to be on how you can create an expression of interest the moment you have gotten all your documents, okay? So make sure you watch this video and share to your family. My name is Stella and this is the Express channel where we talk about moving abroad. So don't forget to hit that notification bell and that subscribe button so that you can get more information on moving abroad. Now let's get started. Alright guys, so that we're not going to waste your time, I'm just going to turn my camera now so I can show you how you can create an expression of interest to Saskatchewan province. So guys, remember that I did a video recently on Saskatchewan occupation in demand, and all you needed to do was just to apply by creating an expression of interest. So that's what I'm showing you now, how to create that expression of interest. And this expression of interest not only favors occupation in demand. Whenever you are applying through other routes and they say create an expression of interest, all you need to do is to come here and create an expression of interest. It's actually very straightforward. So long you are applying to Saskatchewan for any provincial nominee program and they ask you that you need to create an expression of interest, then all you need to do is to create an expression of interest by watching this video. So you will just type Saskatchewan occupation in demand expression of interest. So once you've typed it, you will see this program there and then you click on it. The moment you've clicked on it, you will see this page here and you just scroll down. I've kind of increased the page so that you guys will be able to see properly, and then you see where they say create an expression of interest. You just click on it so that it will take us to where we create an expression of interest. Now they are telling you log into SINP online if you have a login detail, or you just create an account. So if I already have a page, but if I'm just creating an account, what I'm going to do is I'll just click on create an account. So creating an account, they'll tell you select a registration type. That registration type, there are different things that you can click here, but because we are creating an expression of interest, we're going to click expression of interest candidates and we'll click on continue. Once you've clicked on continue, the next thing they will tell you is to create a username. You have to create a first name. You put your first name there. Ensure the name you are putting is same name that you have on your international passports, and then your family name. Then you put your date of birth and you put email address. Okay, now they're telling you that to ensure that the email address you put is correct, because they will send your password on this email and then you will use the password with the username you have created to log in. The moment you have filled all this correctly, you are going to click on submit. Now once you've clicked on submit, they will send you a message to your email with your password and then you will come back to log in. So because I have created an account and I've submitted before I started this video, so guys, once you've logged in, this is the page you are going to see, and then you will click on I agree after reading through. Now once you have agreed to the information that you see here, you will see welcome to OSA. This is your navigation panel. Go to expression of interest, view your birth date and your address, do your personal information disclosure. So you will click on go to expression of interest. Now we are going to expression of interest. You see where they say not yet submitted. This is where you will see birth date, address and information the moment you click on begin your expression of interest. So you put your details, your given name, that's your first name, what they normally call you, then your middle name if you have any, then you put your password. All these details is not correct. I'm just putting other names like let's just put read there. What's your gender? Female. Status married. You put your date of birth, just like I'm typing it. Then you scroll down and you put intended destination for settlement. Just leave that one because it's not anything that doesn't have any asterisk. You don't need to fill it. Which country do you currently live in? You can pick the country you live in. I'm just going to pick Nigeria. So which country do you live in? Just going to click on Nigeria. Then they'll ask you what's your address. You just put your address there. Just put Lagos city. Let's just put Lagos province, provincial state. This is international, outside Canada. Then the next thing they will ask you is your first address, Lagos, outside Canada, postal code. Because now you've clicked that you're outside Canada, they won't bother themselves with postal code. So they'll come here to ask you to put your country again. So you scroll down. Yeah, you scroll down to put your country. So you've clicked on Nigeria, then the next thing, that depends on what country. Then they'll ask you to put your phone number, you put your phone number. They'll ask you to put your email address, you put your email address there, your phone number. For the sake of confidentiality, I won't put any phone number. Okay, let me just type in the phone number. This is not my phone number. Don't try and call this number. If not, you will not see me. Then they said, please select one. I'm a skilled worker who wants to live and work in Saskatchewan. I'm a foreign national. Definitely is this first one. I'm a skilled worker who wants to live in Canada. Do you have any represent? No, you don't have. So once you are done that, you call me and you click on save. Okay, they'll tell you a missing item. Let's have a look and see what they said is missing so we can correct that. For which country? Okay, let's go back to the country. Okay, so that's done now, and then you click on save. Once you've clicked on save, the next thing they will ask you, you move to the next stage. So now you've clicked on that, then you click on, do you have a current job offer? No. Then they'll ask you the next question, which is, have you been accepted into immigration, refugee and citizenship? No. Remember, you don't necessarily need to be accepted into express entry for this particular program. And they'll ask you what's your intended occupation. You ensure that you must have gone through the list to check if your occupation is among the accepted ones that can go through the this occupation in demand program. So I'm just going to put cyber security. Let's see if they will take me. Please check if your occupation is regulated or requires professional certification by visiting occupation in demand express entry occupation requirements. I'm going to do a video to show you how you can check if your job is accepted, and the moment you have checked, you'll be able to use that particular pathway if your occupation is part of this process. So have you completed post-secondary school training? You must have completed. If you click no, they will tell you you cannot use this process. Like you can see, you are not eligible for SINP at this time based on your response. But if you click on yes, you will move to the next stage. Do you have a degree, diploma, or certificate related to the occupation? So you must not necessarily need to go to school, but you must have a certificate to show that yes, you are working in this particular field, or you have this skill that you say you have. So you click on yes, then they'll tell you the next thing down there. You cannot proceed until all required responses have been saved. Please answer the required question and click on the save button. So we've answered all the required question, and let's click on the save button. So now we click on the save button. They said determine category. Now, based on the saved responses, you are applying under the following category: international skills, occupation in demand. So if you're a cyber security person, like you're someone that studies cyber security, or you're someone that is a social worker, because my previous video I used social worker as an example, this particular pathway is for you. So guys, those studying cyber security, what are we talking about? Don't just take time, because this is very, very nice. So let's say I want to change responses. Let's change responses and put something else to see what they have to say. Yes. Sorry, do you have a, sorry, the answer is no. Job offer, no. No. I want to put another profession so that you guys can see if it's accepted. So let's see, financial, let's put nurse. Let's put nurse. Many people will be asking me, what of nurse, what of care assistant? Let us put nurse. Let us see what they have to say. I know the answer, but I won't tell you guys, okay, until you guys see for yourself if it's accepted or not. Based on your saved responses, you will be applying for International Healthcare Worker EOI. So guys, this is where I want to tell you that if you're a nurse or you're into the healthcare field, when I mean healthcare field, not because social worker kind of related to healthcare, but social worker can go through this process. So that's why you need to watch the next video where we'll tell you the jobs that are available and the ones that are on the exception list that you cannot use occupation in demand. So if you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you if it's a therapist, you are a paramedic, you cannot use occupation in demand. You have to use what they call International Healthcare Worker EOI. And if you want me to talk about how you can go through that process, you just need to put in the comment section, please tell us more about International Healthcare Worker pathway, so we can put to Saskatchewan, and I'm going to do so for you. Okay, so if you are watching this video, make sure you watch the next video whereby we talk about the jobs that can follow through this process and the ones that cannot follow through this process. And if you're a nurse or a doctor and you want me to talk about your own pathway, put it in the comment section and I will talk about it. Okay, so now let's go back to changing the response so that we can show you how you can, if you are eligible for the pathway, how you can proceed to the next stage. I'm so sorry for taking so long. I just like to explain. I think I talk too much. Do I? I'm not so sure. Well, let's see. Have you been accepted into the immigration, refugee, citizenship? No. What's your intended profession? What did I pick before? Cyber security. So let's go back to picking cyber security, because many people are into tech now these days. So let's click cyber security. Cyber security. I would have picked others, but I don't want to waste our time. Okay, so let's pick cyber security. So whether you're in UK, you are in Nigeria, whatever country you are, and you study cyber security, or you're a social worker, yes, you can follow this process. At least that one has been determined that yes, you can follow this process. So let's continue to the next stage. Okay, so yes, is this the correct category? Yes, it is. Yes, it is the correct category. So after then, they will take you to the next part whereby you will do the next stage, which is next year. So do you have a job offer? They're telling you to review your points and review everything that you have submitted. Do you have a job offer? You said no, please click and all that. So once you've reviewed and then you're sure that everything you've put is correct, you'll click on next again. So next is where they say the EOI point. So this is the step 3. As you can see, there's step 1, step 2, and step 3. So they say please ensure you click on submit expression of interest after completing the EOI. Only those that have been submitted are eligible to receive an invitation to apply. Expression of interest can remain in the poll for 12 months from the date of receipt. If your EOI is not elected or selected during this time, it will be removed from the expression of interest pool and you will be able to resubmit. So this doesn't mean that it's going to take 12 months before they give you a reply. No, it means that your information you put there can be in this portal for up to 12 months. So if there's another program and you want to apply, you can apply, or they could be reviewing it and see when you are best fit to come in. Okay, but if after 12 months they feel like this person hasn't met up to our standard, then they will switch it. But it doesn't mean it will take 12 months. No, people get their response within 2 months, within a month, so don't be discouraged. So then they will ask you education and this training. You put which education. So let's say no post-secondary school. No, they are giving you different points. If you are a master's person, you get 23 point. Bachelor's, if it's just a trade you did, like, don't think or take your trade certificate as something that is not important. Okay, for those that are learning trade, hair making, and whatever trade you are learning, ensure that you have your certificate after the training, because you can see that your certificate is very important. And if your trade have an association in your country, make sure you register with them. Do you have a proof of professional status or licensure if required? Now, if your occupation do not need any license to practice, just put non applicable. Okay, do you have a degree or diploma from a post-secondary school institution in Canada related to the occupation? Do you have a degree or diploma or certificate from a post-secondary school institution in Canada related to the occupation? In Canada, we don't have any. That's so. Do you have a trade certificate or diploma from a recognized secondary school that is comparable? Yes, we have that. Is the occupation you have chosen in your expression of interest one of the designated? Yes, it is. Then they'll take you to the next part, which is, do you hold proof of settlement fund that shows a minimum requirement for your household for at least 90 days? So make sure that you click there to look at the minimum requirement. So yes, we hold the minimum requirements. Skilled worker, the principal applicant's points are calculated to according to documented proof of skill worker and all that. So please make sure you. So what's your working year experience? So 6 work experience during the 6 to 10 years period. So let's look at your working experience. Let's go up a bit. A working experience during the most recent 5 years, like 5 years from now, for the past 5 years. What's your working experience? Let's say your working experience is, let's just put 5 years. If you've got 3 years, that's fine, you put it there. Then in the previous 6 to 10 years, what's your working experience? So this one is actually favorable for those who are working their profession for maybe up to 10 or 20 years. So when you put the word for in the previous 5 years, you put for the previous 6 to 10 years, and you get more points, and that's really good. So if you've just only worked for 5 years, you put 0. If you've worked for 10 years, you put additional 5 years. So that means that the first 5 and the second 5, you work for 10 years in total. So then you click on it. If it's 2 years, if you work for 7 years, so you click the first 5 and then this second one, making it 7 years. But if you've worked for just lesser than 5 years, you put 1 year or less here, while in part A you put, maybe if you work for only 3 years, you click 3 in part A, while in part B you click on none. So let's say I've worked for 5 years, so I'll put 0 here. Then language ability, the principal language ability. Do you have, what's your official language? You must remember, you must have written IELTS, and the minimum they can take is 4. So depends on your IELTS. So 4 is like, I think 5. If you are writing IELTS, you must have like 5.0. so for you to get this, the minimum requirement for 4. You can come here to calculate it if you want to convert IELTS. So you can come here and calculate to see what your score is. So let's see the score CLB. So this is for IELTS. So they are expecting that you should have 3.5 in reading, 4.0 in writing, listening 4.5, speaking 4.0, for you to be able to use this particular pathway, which is very low, and I believe that anybody can be able to get this. So I don't think this is going to be much of an issue to anyone. So let's continue. First official language. Yes, you're able to get 4 there. Are you bilingual? No. So you must know how to speak French. If you know how to speak French, kudos to you though. Maximum point factor 80. Applicant total point for factor 1 42. Previous experience, no. Let's scroll down. Total points. Country of birth. Let's see if there's something that I've missed. Okay, yes, I said it. So what's your age? If you are between this age, you've got 12 extra points. That's 54, because we must get up to 60 or 60 points for us to use this process. So let's go and look for, maybe there's something we haven't put in that's what is making us get 54 points. Yeah, you see, I knew there's something that we are missing. So guys, can you see where the problem is now? We've gotten 54 points and we just need 6 more points for us to be able to use this pathway. That's why we say the higher score you get, the better. Do you understand? The higher score you get, the better. So if it's IELTS that you are just getting that lowest minimum score, if you can get 6.5, for you to get 18 points, to increase your chances, please just sit down and read for IELTS. Imagine we've passed everything and we just need 4 more points to make this thing. So guys, this is serious. So this is serious business. So let's say I got CLB7. Now someone will say, what is CLB7? Let's go and look at what is CLB7. What's CLB7? CLB7 is when you have reading 7, writing 7, listening 7, and speaking 7. This is just basic something. Or CLB, let's go for CLB6. CLB, that's additional 4 points. Let's go with the CLB7. So CLB7 gives us exactly 60 points on the dot. So guys, can you see? This is, and if you have, let's say, a close relative in Saskatchewan, although you have to bring proof, or don't go and lie. If you have someone that maybe your brother is in Saskatchewan, your sister is in Saskatchewan, you don't even need to score a high point in your IELTS. You just need to put close relative and automatically you get 20 points. So Canada is a nice country because they want you to have your family member. They're not like some countries whereby they don't want you to have your family members and all that. This ones, they want you to have your family member because they want you to stay in their country and build in their country for a long time. So let's click on here's additional information. Do you have a working permit that allows you to work in Canada? No. Then do you consent to SINP sharing your profile? Yes, because here SINP are going to share your profile to recruiters, so you can also get jobs when you get to Canada and favor you. You can also apply if you want to. I understand the information is correct and all that. Yes. So you will not be able to submit until all the responses are saved. The submit button will appear at the bottom of the screen. So once I've saved this response now, they will then show me where I can submit my expression of interest. But guys, I'm not going to submit it because these details are not fully correct. So like I said, for you to be able to get to Canada, you need to have 60 points. So all you need to do is to go through and navigate to see, where do I think I can, or how do I think I can get this high points. You don't necessarily need to submit all your application at once. Later you look at the IELTS and see, okay, I've done this now. I'm someone that is a bachelor's degree or even have post-secondary school training. It says 20 points you guys are going to get, and I just need a little bit point to get more, and IELTS is the one that is going to favor me. I'll just sit and wait for IELTS. But if you're someone that is a master's degree holder, kudos to you, you have more opportunities, so you don't really need so much IELTS to pass. So just CLB 6 or CLB 5 is enough for you, and you even get the minimum score of 60. So guys, that's how to create an express entry for occupation in demand pathway. I hope I've been able to explain the process to you, and I hope you guys are able to understand. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you try to watch our next video where we talk about the jobs that can follow through this pathway. Hit that notification bell, very important. Bye for now.